So this man beat the mother of his children with a hammer, and somehow she still survived. But trust me, by the time you hear what happened to her face, you're going to understand why the judge decided this guy needed to spend the rest of his life in prison. So this story takes us to Dothan, Alabama, back in February of 2025, and at some point during the night, a woman named Brittany Moulton is inside her home when suddenly her ex-boyfriend, this guy Latarius Dale, allegedly forces his way into the house through the back door. Now here's where things get terrifying. Police say Latarius didn't come there to argue. He came there with a hammer. And once he got inside, investigators say he started repeatedly striking Brittany in the face with it. And I need you to understand how brutal this attack allegedly was. Authorities later said Brittany was left so badly injured that she had to be airlifted to a hospital in Birmingham for emergency treatment. Meanwhile, neighbors had no idea any of this had even happened because investigators believe the attack actually took place hours before anyone found her. But then, somehow, Brittany survives. And what she does next is honestly unbelievable. Despite having catastrophic injuries, Brittany somehow manages to make it outside and reach a neighbor's house for help, which means after being beaten with a hammer, she was still fighting to stay alive. That's insane. Now at this point, investigators start piecing everything together, and they quickly focus on Latarius, because apparently he and Brittany used to be in a relationship, and they also shared children together. Except there was one problem. They had already separated. And unfortunately, police also discovered this apparently wasn't the first violent incident connected to him either, because investigators later revealed that back in 2023, Latarius had already been charged with domestic violence, but those charges were eventually dropped after Brittany reportedly refused to cooperate. And sadly, that happens a lot in abusive relationships. People get scared, emotionally trapped, financially dependent, all kinds of reasons. But then things get even worse. Authorities later revealed just how devastating Brittany's injuries actually were. She spent 14 days hospitalized. She was reportedly sewn from ear to ear. She suffered a torn retina, permanently lost vision in one eye, and now has a metal plate in her head. A metal plate. All because this man allegedly couldn't accept the relationship ending. Meanwhile, while Brittany is recovering from all this trauma, she reportedly has to seek a protection order through a third party because her injuries are so severe she physically can't even do it herself, which is just heartbreaking to think about. So eventually, the case goes to trial. Latarius is charged with first-degree domestic violence and burglary, and by May of 2026, a Houston County jury finds him guilty. Now, technically, he didn't even have prior felony convictions. You would think that might help him a little during sentencing. Nope, the judge still sentences him to life in prison. And honestly, after hearing what Brittany survived, a lot of people online are saying that sentence was fully deserved. Meanwhile, Brittany says she hopes her story encourages other victims of domestic violence to seek help and keep fighting for their lives. And the craziest part about this whole story? This man tried to destroy her life with a hammer, and she still survived long enough to help put him behind bars forever. Follow for more real crime stories, shocking true events from around the world.